Hello everyone. I've made the mistake of changing my setup again. So everything's broken and I'm hearing myself. Let me turn that off or I'll go crazy. Hello, Wandering Shanghu. How you doing? How's everything with you today? This is not live. This is not live music, but it is pretty much how it is where I am. Hello, Happy Nora. How you doing? I'm good. I'm good. Nanga Kamau. How you doing? Hello. Thunderstorm Part 2. Indeed. Indeed. I don't think we've had any thunder yet here. But it's coming. So true fans who will be here at the beginning will notice I have a new pointing device. I've got a new pointing device and I've got a new drawing device. I treated myself. Whitberg. Wow, that is a real I love that. I love that. How did you do that? You must be very popular and somebody who has great emotes. Wow, it's global even. Proper copper coffee pot. Hello. Never forget that username. I got myself a Wacom because I'll whack 'em. I don't really. I got myself a Wacom Intuos Pro because I'm a professional. I don't think they do anything other than non-pro. But they might do. I mean, who cares? Who cares if they do anything that isn't pro? We're all professionals here. Anyway, what it means is I have a slightly... Oh, okay. I need to not do that. Slightly more responsive drawing tool. And a whole new set of bugs, which I need to deal with. And I made the mistake. I made a real mistake, everyone. You're all I'm gonna get it. I want you to all... Are there facepalm emojis on Twitch? If there are, please ready them. Please ready them because and that's happening now. This is happening. Stop. Light. Okay. I'm ready for the real. You hate to see it. I let the agents loose. I let them loose. I let them loose, and all my code is gone. Not gone, but it's trash now. And every time I open my code base, I'm like, wow, this sucks. This sucks. And today I'm trying to type. I'm trying to learn to type again because I don't know why I do these things to myself. I'm trying to learn to type again. You know, with this. I'm not going to show you the keyboard, fancy keyboard, and I'm working through this code, and I'm like, why did I do this? Why did I let myself get drawn in to the agent mode? It's good for work, but like, why would I yeah, why did I do that? Anyway, Woodberg, are you seeing like the eclipse right now still emblazoned on your retina? It's good for work. If see, the thing is, if I'm getting paid for it, I don't really mind who writes the code so much, as long as it works. .png. But if I'm writing it myself and nobody's paying me, somehow I can't get this line from okay, let me find the proper alias. Toad Pond. Any Toad Pond fans in the chat? Toad Pond. Out of my brain. I didn't even watch the video, but I watched a clip, and the clip said, I loved it, so I had to automate it. And I'm really feeling that way today. Toad Pond, give Toad Pond a YouTube search. I think that let me double check this. Toad Pond is a person, let's say creator. Yeah, Toad Pond is a YouTuber amongst other things. Anyway, so Toad Pond, if you probably like Toad Pond stuff. Toad Pond has a many and varied career, and is currently a live musician, but like with code. What is that? What do we call that? When you write the code and the code makes the music, but you're writing the code live. One of those is doing a lot of that. Anyway, so I'm feeling like I've flown too close to the sun today. I just wanted things to be slightly better, and now everything's ruined. Now only the agents can write and implement stuff in my code base. Anyway, so I was typing a lot today, and I was just like, what has happened? Anyway, but one thing I do have is now I can do this, which is cool, and there'll be some cool stuff coming. I want to give you all more ways to engage with the stream. So there'll be some ways coming for you where you can engage. So get ready to engage, everyone. Not today. Nobody engage yet. Don't engage. Don't engage anything yet. But you will prepare yourself to engage in an amount of time, approximately 1 to 2 weeks, and you will be able to engage. So please hold some sort of pent up energy until then. Pent yourselves up to engage. So a number of other things have been happening. I've been learning calculus. I've got a new project. Would anybody like to? Somebody in the chat asking what my new project is, and I'll tell you. I've got a new little project that I'm doing, but I'm not going to say it unless someone asks. But it's not about logarithms, because logarithms is our thing. We're doing logarithms together. And this all started because I thought, well, maybe I would like to have a coding interface in here, which is a little nicer than what we have now. But that's not here yet either. Nothing's here yet. Okay, so but we've got some logarithms to deal with. We've got some numbers to deal with. And we did number 4. We did exercise 4 last time. And soon we're going to do exercise 5. So let's have a look at exercise 5, and I'll get to enjoy using my new stylus anyway. That will be nice. Okay, we defined real numbers in terms of decimal expansion, which we did at some point in the past. Discuss how we could have defined them in terms of a binary expansion instead. Where's all my stuff? Where's all my stuff? Okay, here it is. Great. Yeah. Discuss how we could have defined them in terms of a binary expansion instead, and give a definition to replace equation 2. So we're definitely going to have to think about equation 2. Oh, that's not right. So we need to think about that. We're going to just scroll up and look at, hello, Howling AF. How you doing? How's your life going? Are you howling? I hope you are if you'd like to. Okay, we defined real numbers in terms of a decimal expansion. Okay, let's do that. Let's look at that. Okay, real numbers. You sure am. Good. Good. It's going all right. It's going okay. I've got a new stylus. It's not as iconic as the last one, but it's good. And we're going to redefine something. We're going to do some defining. Okay, so what we've got here is so actually we don't care about that. We care about a real number. A real number is a quantity x that has a decimal expansion, which looks like this, where n is an integer and each d is a digit between 0 and 9. And the sequence of digits doesn't end with infinitely many nines. Okay, so what we're saying here is that a real number by the way, I've decided to treat myself to not having to press the Z key every time that I want to make a mark on the screen, which I've been doing in almost all of the last months of streams. But now I've decided I can gift myself actually just using it like a pen. So as a result, my handwriting may be worse, but I'll try and improve it. Look at this, terrible. Okay, so we're saying a real number is x equals n plus 0 point d1, d2, d3, etc., etc., where n is an integer, just about readable, integer, and each di is one way to get things in your head, of course, to write them out again. Digit between 0 and 9. And the sequence does not end with infinitely many nines. Something like that. Okay. Right. So this is like a decimal. This is our decimal expansion. I don't think we need to care about the last one, but I suppose we could think about it. So if we wanted to define this in binary terms, oh no, wait, we do need to think about this because we're told to look at equation 2 in our question, and we need to come up with something like this. Okay. So let's think about this. So if, like, the natural thing I want to assume is that we just substitute 9 for 1 here and 1 here. Maybe let's try that out. So let's say n is an integer. So let's say n is like 5, which would be, okay, 1, 2, 4. So it would be 1, 0, 1, right? In binary. Okay. So then we could have, let's say if we wanted to represent 5 point, well, let's start easy. Let's say 5.5, in which case this would be 101 point, actually, hello Woodberg. It's hard to interpret that. Is that a cat? Okay, exciting. So yeah, no, actually it would be 0.1, right? Because this would be the halves place. And then we'd have 1, 2, and 4. And then if we wanted to have 5 streaming, if we wanted to have 5.75, then we'd have a 1.25 here, and this would be 1. Hello, Fook Life. How you doing? How's life? Okay, well, this would work. Now, I assume that we need this sequence not to end with infinitely many ones. If it did, we would get, eventually, I suppose, we get to something infinitely close to 6, which we're not allowed to do because then this wouldn't hold, maybe. Yeah, it's good. It's wet here today. It's very rainy, or it was very rainy. Hello, Nicolaine Bottle. It's been a while. I'm getting on all right. We're on logarithms. We switched to we moved on to logarithms last week, and now it's week before, because we had a special stream last week. How's it going with you? The rain sound is not real, though it is a good representation of the weather today. Okay, so we've got this kind of approach. Now, if we wanted to have this equation here, equation 2, but binary version, then we'd need it to look like n plus, I guess it would be d1. Now, d1 is actually the halves place. And this would be over over 2, I guess. Or another way of putting it, it would be d1 1/2. And then d2 would be, you know, half squared, which of course would be 4. And then D3 would be the 8th place. Oh, sorry, I messed that up. That's not right, but you get the idea. Yeah, and so we end up with D2 over 4 plus etc., etc., etc. Saying dk is over 2 to the k, I think. Yeah, and then we have this. We've got our x there. And then we're going to have, so the difference between the left and the right is this thing on the end. So this thing is special in some way. This, I guess, is what means that we're not stepping up to the next slot in as many digits as we have. So if we imagine it as at fixed point, we're saying we're within we're between the let's say we have like this many digits available, and let's say our number is, I don't know, 5 point, let's do it in binary, just for, sorry, in decimal, just to keep it straightforward. So we're saying that it's between this and this, the next one up, I suppose. We're sort of confining it. At resolution K, this is the next digit after what appears on the left-hand side. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so then for here we've got n plus, and then it's the same thing essentially. But we will need to draw it smaller. Okay. Let me try and have a go at doing that. Resolution, is that like an inclined ball? Is that a term you've sensibly applied to this situation, or is it like a term that people use for this sort of thing? Okay, so this would be, well, it would have to be 1 or 0, right? It can't be anything else. So it's got to be, it can't be anything more than 1. So it's got to be 1. And then, yeah, and then we're saying it also can't have infinitely many 1s. Because if it did, then this inequality would no longer hold, right? Or it wouldn't make sense. Do I have series of discrete mathematics? I'm not sure I understand your question, Maya, but I don't have a series on it for sure. I'm working through some discrete math now, if that's what you mean. Do feel free to rephrase that. Happy to answer. Okay, so I think that gets us pretty much to an answer to this question. I don't think he gives us an answer to this one. Let's take a look. He does not. We've just got to determine it ourselves, which is fine. Happy to do that. Okay. Makes sense to me. All right. Let's look at 6. So 6. Let x equal m plus 0.d1, d2, etc., 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 and y equal n plus 0.e1, e2, etc., etc., etc. be real numbers. Give a rule for determining whether x equals y, x is less than y, or x is greater than y based on the decimal representation. That sounds sort of interesting. No, I don't have the ability to do that actually. Okay. Fine. Okay. So we can explore this, I guess. We know that if do I have a playlist for streams? I do have a playlist for streams. If you either scroll down if you're on the web browser or if you're on the app, then you can search YouTube for this and you will get my VODs channel. I wouldn't suggest learning discrete mathematics from it because I'm learning this stuff. But if you want to follow along, then definitely do. But yes, I do have a. You can find all the streams on this topic at least here on this channel K4Y L4CK. In fact, I can probably leave that on screen for a moment in case you need it. Okay, so firstly, if m is greater than n, well then we know that x is greater than y, I think. And then if if m is less than n, then x is less than y. So we know that. If m equals n, then we have some more work to do. And in which case, I suppose well, if I was thinking about it algorithmically, we look at D1 and then we apply the same logic, right? If D1 is greater than E1, then x is greater than... Hello, Lawsayer. Please enjoy your ones. Use them wisely. I am going to make the ones, I'm going to upgrade the ones at some point. I'm not going to upgrade them to 2s. That would be a bit crazy, but the I'm going to upgrade them. They're going to gain more power. So be aware. How are you doing, Losea? Okay, so that would be true. And then if D1 is equal to E1, then we recurse, right? We do the... We need to essentially go again. Now this assumes, so if we're in the world of computing, then we'd be fine because we just recurse as long as there's data. But we're not in the world of computing, and we may have an infinite series of digits, I suppose. So we need to think about what our end condition is, maybe. Rixius, hello, says, I think we need to consider the time when decimals are all 9s, and that will probably make m equals n minus 1 imply that x equals y. We would, but Knuth has previously defined away that problem by... Yeah, where did he do it? Yeah, he defined it away by saying real numbers cannot end with infinitely many 9s. So he's defined the problem away for us, which is handy. Otherwise, we would have to deal with it. No, it's good. Thank you for picking it up. It's probably that's the reason why he defined that away, or one of them anyway. Good to realize that, right? Okay, so if it can't end with infinitely many 9s, it can end with infinitely many 8s. Do we have to deal with that situation? We'd recurse forever according to this algorithm. Now, we could do it with like a summation, but I don't think that's necessarily going to help us in any real way. If we defined it like with some sort of summation over all of the d's, then we could multiply each d by 10, like in this case 10 to the power k, in which case we'd end up with like a summation for a summation of d. Let's just imagine that we've got that. Let's call that ds, and then, you know, simple, right? If ds plus m is greater than es plus n, then it's greater. But that probably he's probably not intending we do that. We could, I suppose. And a client bot says no, recurring 8s is fine because you can stick a 9 somewhere in the expansion to separate. Maya says, I have discrete mathematics this semester and we have a 20% quiz next week, Tuesday. Okay. I'm almost certainly not the right... Don't spend your time thinking that I can help you. I don't know enough to pass the exam that you have, like the quiz that you have. I definitely don't know enough to pass the quiz you have. Or I probably don't. You probably know more than me about this. So if it's useful, great. But yeah, don't let me distract you. I would, jeez, throat noise there. I would, yeah, don't I'm advising you to find a better resource. But do, hang out, obviously. Okay. So it's a rule. I mean, it's not a rule that terminates, but it's a rule. So the recursion only continues infinitely if the two numbers are equal. Oh, true. And one cannot check equality without such condition. So difference will happen after finitely many steps. Ah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess because it will halt when, yeah, when we find a difference. And if we never find a difference, then there's literally nothing we can do. It has to be, we require an infinite amount of time to check when the numbers are equal. Wow, amazing that we've ever got computers to work with a problem like that, right? Sorry you're lost. None of my techniques of learning discrete mathematics will probably help you because I've been doing this for months now, as a hobbyist. But maybe somebody else will be able to recommend something if there's a topic you're trying to revise for. If you can never find such a difference, then the two decimal expansions converge to the same number by definition. Yeah, true. Okay, let's see what Knuth has in mind. Let's see what his angle is. Okay. The decimal expansion of a number is unique. So, okay, the decimal expansion of a number is unique. Fine. I can get with that. I kind of intuited that already. So x equals y if and only if m equals n and di equals ei for all I greater than... Okay, so it's that kind of rule that he wants. Okay, so I slightly misunderstood what he was looking for, or I suppose that this is a more maybe mathematical way of looking at it. If x is not okay, so right. So he's put this in terms of a statement x equals y if and only if. So gosh, I need to be able to draw this. Come on, let's go. If and only if m equals n and di equals ei for all I greater than or equal to 1. Okay, fine. If x is not equal to y, so in the other case, one may compare m versus n, d1 versus e1, d2 equals e2, etc. When the first inequality occurs, the larger quantity belongs to the larger of x, of the set of x and y. Okay, so similar idea. Similar idea, but he checked for equality first. Or he sort of covered equality first. All I. Okay, all right. Fine. Not massively different from what I was thinking, but a little more mature maybe. Okay. MIT OpenCourseWare has lectures on YouTube. I might watch them as well. Yeah, good idea. Good luck with your quiz. Okay. What are you covering in your class right now? Like what topic? Okay, so that was 6. Whoa, and then we just jump to we jump to by the way, in case anyone doesn't know, these are like difficulty ratings determined by Knuth. 10, nice and easy. Assuming you know the material. M23, M for mathematically inclined. 23 indicates that it's, I think, 2 steps harder than a 10 and requires a moderate amount of work to complete. So not looking particularly good. I don't think I've completed an M so far at all. I would like to. Let's see what it says. Given that x and y are integers, prove the laws of exponents starting from the definition given by equation 4. Okay. All right. Why not? Let's just prove the laws of exponents. Or exponents. Oh, no, that's just the answer section. Sorry. Okay, equation 4. Wait, what are we supposed to do with equation 4 again? Starting from the definition given by equation 4. Okay. Okay. So equation 4 is this one. And that indicates B0 equals 1. Bn is equal to Bn minus 1 B if n is greater than 0. And then we've got Bn plus 1. Sorry, wrong one. Bn equals Bn plus 1 divided by B if n is less than 0. Hello, Atom Fighter. How are you doing? So equation 4 is this one, in case you may have picked that up already. Surviving, well, that's good. It could be a lot worse. Are you surviving well? I hope so. Okay. So we're starting from those, and we need to prove the laws of exponents. And okay, so it's easy apparently. So the laws of exponents are these. Should probably write that a little bit better. And then, okay, B x y is equal to bxy. Okay, so these are the two laws whenever x and y are integers. Okay. Right. Well, aren't these already proven here? Okay, maybe he wants us to repeat. He probably doesn't want us to repeat it. Otherwise, that would be a very easy problem. Sets, relations, and strong induction. Maya. It's quite a lot. I don't know anything about relations. I learned about sets and a kind of induction from Book of Proof, and I do have some streams up in which I spent a long time working through that. Atom Fighter, you put out all your fires for August, basking in relief until September starts. Oh well. You got a few days then. That's good. I guess their names are addition law of exponents. That makes sense. And the product law of exponents. Yeah, that's good. Good to know that. Wait, no, I can use my new feature for this. Standard error, hello. How you doing? Okay, well, I won't look back at the material because it seems like there's an alternative proof there, or it's the same proof, who knows. But I will just see where we get to with this. So induction, proof by induction maybe. So we've got B0 equals not that many equals. What does my brain even do? We've got B0 equals 1. And we've got, so we can probably say, so we've got these definitions, right? So these were allowed. We can use these. Those of you who were here last week will remember the unusual video that we started watching fairly early on, in which they said all numbers fit into 3 categories: 1, primes, or composite numbers. Which, because that video was a little dubious, I don't know if I want to remember anything from it, but I am kind of enjoying this taxonomy here. Oh my gosh, Widberg 1, that's true. Put your ones in the chat. Okay, so we've got that. And what about 0? I don't think so in a Climbot. You can't trick me like that. 0 is clearly composite or prime, or it's 1. Prove 0 is prime. Wait, is 0 prime? I don't know if 0 is prime. 0 is not prime, obviously. Okay, b to the power 0 is 1. We've got that. But maybe that's not even what we're supposed to be thinking about. X and Y integers prove the laws of exponents, starting with the definition given in equation 4. Okay, so B we're just using here. Now we've got, can we use, let's say n is, let's say n is 1. If n is 1, we can then get bn from b0 times b, right? Yeah, so we can say b1 is defined like this. Oh yeah, 0 over 0, you can't do that. Hello, AstroSelf. AstroSelf. Sandadera says, I'm confused about the if n is greater than 0 in b to the power n equals b to the power n minus 1 times b. Isn't that true for all values of n? It's raining. Hello. I'm working on chapter 1.2.2. Very early. I know you're all having great ideas in the chat, and I appreciate them. I'm also ignoring them, but only so I can think through my own thoughts. But don't let that discourage you. Do feel free to work along in the chat as you like. Hello, eMonkey. Hello. Right. So we can apply this rule. Which gets us, what does it get us? Well, it means that we can then define B2 being B1 times B. Yeah. We might have to probably need to break out into another stream if we want to do all the integers, right? Yeah, so we can do that. Okay. So we can probably define addition this way somehow. Okay. It does seem like induction will be the approach here. So Not done induction over two things at once before. Like it seems natural you could possibly have like px, and then you could prove this for x starting from, well, actually, can you? Because we've got to go both ways, don't we? Because it's not just positive integers here. And then we could do two inductions, and we could go either way from 0, maybe. Yes, on the uploading. They are on YouTube. Yeah, so I'm definitely not going to prove this today, but I might just get myself thinking about it. So we need to be able to induct, prove by induction over two values. That cover all of the possible integers. So that's one thing I don't know how to do. Or you could decompose them or something. You could decompose one value. It's probably not the right way to do it. But let's say you could do that. Then you could potentially try and prove it for this, which would be maybe trivial because we could then say we've got x0, y, sorry, no, that's not right. We've got b0 plus 0, maybe. We've got b0 plus 0, which of course is going to be b0, which we've then got 1. So we can do this, we can do the addition one, and then, is that a proof or have we just used it? No, no, it is, no, I need to show that it's equal to this, don't I? So that would be then saying that this is equal to, where these are like x and y, so which of course is going to be 1 by 1, which is going to be 1. Okay, so you could do that. And then you could do the same thing for the multiplication, but that's kind of obvious. Now, if we wanted to do the p, well, I mean, this I don't even know how you would notate this, but let's say we're assuming that p0, 0 through pnm, or I guess xy, we could just use xy again. No, we should probably not use the same one. I don't know, maybe we should. Who cares? Are true. We need to prove a plus 1b and p a b plus 1, right? B's already used. Annoying. True, good point. No, can't use P and Q. Okay. G and H. Are you happy now? That looks like a B. Okay, so we'd need to prove both of these. But that seems like plausible, right? It seems like you could vaguely do that. So starting off with addition. Let's assume, well, let's just try assuming. Let's try assuming PGH, which means we get BG plus H equals BG BH, and we get BG H equals BGH. So we get those things. We also get B0 equals 1. Terrible one there. We get that. We get that for free. What else do we get? We get all of those rules as well. Well, these do seem like they would be quite useful, don't they? Because they've got +1 and -1 in them. We've got Bn equals Bn plus 1 divided by B. We've got, oh, only in certain cases where, I know, it's horribly messy. I know. And then we've got Bn equals Bn minus 1 times B, where n is greater than 0. Okay. So we got that, we got this stuff. So maybe there's a way we can say, so we can definitely say we've got this. And we've got this one, right? This one looks like it could be applicable. Let's try this out. So we've got BG plus H. So if G and H is n, then we've got BG plus H plus 1 divided by B. Let me remind myself what I'm trying to prove. Okay, this is another thing I'm going to have to puzzle out. What does it look like to prove? Yeah, so we need to end up with BG plus 1. Yeah, so we need to end up with, and I'll move this in a moment. I'll just give this a different color. We need to end up with B. So we're trying to prove, firstly, we're trying to prove this. Yeah, I've got a lot going on. This is just the scratch work. This is not a proof yet. This is just me exploring the problem. Okay, B. So we've got this and we're trying to prove this. Let's get rid of this for a moment. Yeah, so we're trying to prove probably should split this up really for the real thing, because we should have one for addition and one for product. That would be better. So this is what we want to get to. We don't have this yet. We don't have this yet. So what can we do with what we do have? I should use the colors to show what I do have and what I don't have. Actually, that would be kind of a good thing to do, wouldn't it? Okay, so blue is to prove. Where will I put that? Down here. Okay. So what do we have? We've got this, which means we have wait, no, I just made, no, that is right. Equals B, G, B, H. So we've got this. We've got this already. I'm tempted, although I don't think it's allowed. It might be allowed. I'm tempted to try to use the rule on this, but I'm not sure if I've proven B. So what I would like to say is that I'm also able to show, I'm also able to assume this. But I don't know if I've, in theory, I may have proved, I need to be careful about that one. But in theory, that could be useful, but I don't think I have this yet. I may have this, but I haven't looked at any ones yet. So if I did have that, then I could maybe go from, I could maybe look at, yeah, so maybe I could start, maybe I could do something with this. Maybe I could say I've got, let's look at, let's assume if I could assume B1, for example, maybe I need to solve for B1 anyway. I could probably do that. If I have B1 and I have BG, I can assume, so this is in the case where maybe I have P1 I don't know, something like this. Maybe I can assume this. If I could assume that, then I could assume that I knew, well, other way around, but you get the idea. I've already got BH. So I could just add BH, right, onto this. And that would be one way of doing it. He wrote it down not quite exactly how he wrote it, with b to the power of n plus 1 equals b to the power of nb. Sorry, I'm just transliterating into, where have I written that? Here? Here? Oh. Where did I write that? I don't think I've written that. I don't think I've written that anywhere. Here, you mean? Oh, because it's a subtraction, you're saying. Okay, well, in any case, yeah, well, what I'm trying to work out is, let's say I could assume this. I don't know if I can assume this yet. I need to do more proving to work out whether I could assume this or not. But if I could, then maybe I could do more with that. If I could, which I may not be able to do. But I'd need to do extra work to see if I could prove that. But if I could prove that, that may be a route to the proof. Again, I'm not trying to prove it here. I can't prove it yet because haven't understood the problem enough. I'm just trying to explore it a bit. Okay, so if I could do all that, maybe I would have a route to proving addition. But I'd need to work out whether I can assume. I'd need to prove, like, for example, I'd need to prove, in order to get there, I'd need to prove like this. And maybe I could get there through proving like P1, 1 or something, if I could. Yeah, okay. So that would be some route. I'd need to work out how to get all the induction clean because I would easily forget things. And then for the product, it will be a similar idea probably, because we've got something to the power 1 already, right? No, we've got something to power 0 already. We don't have anything to the power 1. So we need to deal with the ones. The 1 cases, and then maybe we could build up from the 1 cases, and then we need to deal with going down from we need to deal with going down as well. So okay, gosh, okay, so much to do. Okay, so we need to think about we'd need to straighten out we need to straighten out the statements. It wouldn't be a bad idea to prove some early cases like P00, P01, P10, and then P00. That wouldn't be a bad idea to just get those done. Then we probably have a route to do induction by relying on these. Some or all of them. We might not need all of them. Sorry, or one. Yeah, good point, standard error. Let's just prove 0, 0 twice. So let's say we prove those. Maybe we can do that. If we can do that, I feel like we've got a reasonably good route to it. Then it feels like we can probably make this tractable. Okay. Oh. So I could probably do it that way. But I'm not going to do that right now, because that would be a complete nightmare to do on the board, and I don't have my other tools available to do decent text editing, and I would definitely get confused. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to treat that as a problem for next time. And I'm going to load up the tools so that we can spend some time on that one. Are there any which feel a little bit more tractable in the time? I feel optimistic I can probably get 7 though, or I can make a good stab at it. I feel I can probably get 7. Am I going to try 8 now? Prove that every positive real number at U has a unique positive mth root. No, not right now. I'm going to skip 8 and 9. We'll come back to those probably next week. I'll set up a proper stream for that one. Should we look at 10 maybe? Let's see what 10's about. Again, I'm not really set up to be proving much today. But maybe we can do something with this. Running off the side of the board. Okay. Come on. Rational. Almost. Okay. What's his definition of rational? A rational number is the ratio or quotient of two integers p and q where q is positive. Okay. These are going to be in the integers. Terrible integer sign there. Let me do that again. Even worse. Okay, that'll do. Okay, and Q's got to be positive. Ah, I forget. I think it's got to be greater than 0. Yeah, of course, because it can't be 0 because you can't divide by 0. Oh, sorry, I just wrote down the wrong thing, even though I said the right thing. Okay. Strictly positive. Deschamps. Probably I'm pronouncing that. That reads French. Hello. 0 makes no sense. Undefined. Yeah. Okay. That's my bait. That's my engagement bait now. It's like, hey, everyone. What about if I assume 1 over 0 is 0, right? No, I'm not going to do that. That was what I'll build my content creation career on. Okay. So log 10 of 2. So I vaguely have been thinking about this and trying to get more facility with this. So yeah, what does log mean again? It's like, yeah. So let's say if we have like this, I think 10, I think that's what we're saying. Yes. Right. Hello, Happy Nora. Welcome back. I guess it's a if and only if, right? Probably. Thank you, Huxman Leet. Good to see a Leet in a username. People don't say Leet anymore. We're going to elite hacksaws in the chat. It's not the 80s. I was saying Leet in the 2000s. I suppose it was pretty dated then. Real hacksaws know that this is the real Leet. So what actually is this? Zero 0.301029, etc. It's approximately 0.30301. You're not fake. Maybe you're I don't have anything to reassure you with. I chose my username 25 years ago, so I really can't can't say anything. One thing I do like about Twitch is people have like aliases again. I feel like something on the internet really went wrong when we didn't get to have like aliases, like usernames. It was Facebook that ruined it for us. Facebook's real name policy, and then everything kind of went wrong. But then I say that, and I suppose X, the Everything app, has usernames, and that's a pretty dubiously healthy space. So maybe my take is a bit cold. Hot false. Okay. All right. Well, can we make any progress on this at all? I feel like we've got this rule. Could we do anything with that? Maybe. Maybe. But not really, because B's got to come out of nowhere. Log something 2 in this case. B, I suppose it's like for all B, I suppose, or all B that are allowed. Yeah, I thought it would look promising because we do have a ratio there. But that we'd have to prove it by contradiction, I suppose, because we can't. We're trying to prove there's no ratio. Happy Nora says, reminds me of that one time someone here on Twitch was like, wait, so your name's actually Nora in real life? Who'd have thought? Assuming it is. I mean, maybe that's like a double bluff. My name is actually my name. I don't even have a continuation for that joke. My name's actually K in real life, if you can believe it. You're a dog in real life, Happy Nora. What kind of dog? Tell me your traits. If you're really a dog, you should know. Tell me the longest walk you've been on. If you're really a dog, I'm not buying it. Golden Retriever. It does seem pretty happy. Story's checking out so far. It does seem like a happy breed. Do you think they get sad, Golden Retrievers? They must do. Why do I even bother having these little sound beds on my stream when it's like silent for half of it? Very annoying. You know, I think it's my compressor. My compressor goes crazy on this. Let's bring the rain back. It's too quiet here. Okay, there we go. I'd have to see. I would write that story, but the short story I'd probably write is Golden Retrievers get sad. Full stop. No question mark. That's just the kind of person I am. I have to say, by the way, that I had an encounter with the notorious mouse on this stream. Some of you know. I had accidentally found myself on the mouse's stream, and then I felt bad for all of the not mean comments I made about the mouse, but the mouse was humanized to me now, humanized to me, or is that mouse-ized to me? Humanized probably is the right word. Then I felt bad, so I'm pro mouse now. Maybe I'll even rate the mouse if the mouse is online. You'll find out. You'll learn. You'll know when we do rate the mouse. Okay, I got nothing. I don't know anything about logarithms, basically. I don't know enough about them. Try raising the whole thing to b. See, I never got as far as proof by contradiction. Or I did, but not like not very far into it. I think I've proved like 3 things by contradiction in my life. So, I mean, probably we should just mess around with logarithms. I guess that is one thing which is slightly tricky about this book as a learning resource. In fact, that's just clicked it with me. So, right, Knuth's obviously, you know, we're pro Knuth on this channel. Everyone knows we're pro Knuth on this channel. But these sections at the start, the mathematical prerequisites, right? So they cover some mathematical ideas, and they kind of do cover them reasonably, I wouldn't want to say well, they cover them, right? They cover what you need to know in order to acquire the basic knowledge of the particular mathematical thing you're dealing with. So all the stuff about logarithms you need to know for this book, it probably is in, so annoying, probably is in here, right? Just as when we went back over induction, all of the stuff about induction was here in the chapter on induction. It was all here. Everything we need to know, but the exercises are not the exercises you need to do to learn about these topics. The exercises go from like 0 to 100 in like 5 questions. Well, maybe not 100. They go from 0 to 60 in like 5 questions. And so you don't really get any chance to practice anything, to practice like the basic ideas of something, which means that the chapters do a very bad job of introducing what they're trying to introduce. I don't know who they're written for, but you would assume if somebody knows about logarithms, they don't need this chapter, but they would find the exercises potentially quite interesting. Like if you maybe someone like me is only supposed to do the first 4 of these exercises, but let's say you look at this and you know about logarithms and you know all the rest of this chapter, probably the rest of these exercises will be quite interesting. Likewise with the induction chapter. But if you don't know about logarithms, then for me, I have basically no facility in working with logarithms, right? I don't what I was just found myself asking myself was, okay, what would happen if you raise this to b? What happens if you raise log b x to b? I assume the answer is like elementary logarithm stuff. But it's not in my brain because I don't have facility with this particular idea. So I think I was actually gonna stream this on last Sunday, and I didn't because I realized I was dreading it. I didn't want to force myself to do something I was gonna dread. Oh gosh, okay, things are happening in my flat. But I think these chapters are not going to teach me the things that they are about. And I need to accept that and either cover them at a surface level, which I'm not very inclined to do, because the whole point of this is studying Knuth's masterwork, or I need to study something else, like I did with induction when I studied the book of proof, and then work back in to get like take a bite at a few of the exercises, and then probably get like an appropriate amount through. Just pushing into the exercises for these chapters relatively cold mathematically is just not going to work, because I'm like having to rediscover things like this, like what does this mean? Let me play around with it a bit. If this is going to be, oh gosh, if this is going to be, yeah, so we're saying that yeah, I mean, if this is true, then we've got okay, let me look at this again. Let me do this with better numbers, better symbols. Okay. So let's just like mess around with this. Let's not use anything in that definition. Let's go Q, P, y, that would mean we have, no, in fact, we can just use this. We can just use this. Let's say we got this. And let's say we wanted to we should be able to raise both sides to a in this case. So let's say we do that. So if we were doing with this was something real, let's say we've got not a special rule. I mean, use a as the base, not raise. Use both sides as the exponent. Right, so you're talking more about use a as the base, not raise. That, I suppose. Anyway. I feel just like how I felt with induction, you know. Which is discouraging, but also positive because it means that I can do the same thing as I did with induction. Hello, Check94. How you doing? I think there's similar stuff in the chapter, but I'm not good at interpreting it. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So let me make a bit of a plan about this. Let me see what these introductory sections actually contain. I think I need to have a better strategy for these chapters. Okay, what do we get? So these are all the things that we got to study. Probably there's sections in concrete mathematics about these, all of these, I would think, but broken down to another level. Yeah, so we've got to cover, we've done a little bit more on sums and products. Done a decent amount more on permutations and factorials. A little more on binomial stuff, maybe. Not much on Fibonacci. And the rest gets us deeper into theory of computation, I suppose. Which is fine. And then we get into mix, and finally we get into programming. Okay. Right. So I've got to make a decision. Do I study each of these areas separately, and get decent enough at them to make a dent in the exercises? I think that's probably the reality. I mean, we can, of course, we can not do all that and then skip a bunch of the stuff later on. Let's just like take a gander into like a random part of this and see how much of this is used. Okay. Maybe we can do like maybe we can do a bit of a jump. We can jump between them maybe. Because I think some parts of this will not be, well, obviously the mathematical prerequisites are in fact incredibly mathematical. But from jumping in, it looks like we should be able to kind of jump back and forth maybe, which will be a little bit more engaging than just slogging through the mathematical parts of the books. I think we do want to, and then we can, and then actually I can come back. I can mark them as ones that are requiring a bit more mathematics, and then I can come back to them at points in the future. Which is basically what Knuth says to do anyway. Well, he doesn't say to go back. I think he just put those things in as a laugh for himself. Okay, all right. Yeah, and then I think probably a lot of what the maths is required for is for the analysis of algorithms, right? That's probably what he uses it for. But we can probably do quite a lot of interesting work on the rest of the book while we're also picking up the maths. So we could probably alternate between the later chapters and the earlier chapters. All right, let's jump around a bit more. Let's see. Okay, so none of it looks really, oh, that looks fun. That looks fun. Okay, none of it looks like, come on, let's get to some exercises. Yeah, none of it looks horrible. Or little of it looks horrible. Like, of course, some of it will be difficult, but okay. All right. And then I guess this will be a bit more mathematical. Yeah, and then we've got computation stuff, which makes sense, right? Gosh, you know, this used to be how people would analyze algorithms just with flowcharts, right? I don't think people People maybe do that a bit now, but much less. But yeah, that is going to be a bit awkward to get through. Oh, and Stucky, hello. We're sort of, I'm sort of wrapping up slightly, but not very fast. In Stucky, I was going to ask you. I haven't watched your VODs yet, if they're even posted, but you shouted me out a bunch of times. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. How are you doing in Stucky? Basically, what's happening is as I'm making the decision as to whether I want to spend a month-ish of streams thinking about logarithms specifically, or whether we want to jump ahead into the more computational topics and then have like jump back and forth between the mathematical side and the computational side, which is probably what I'm going to do. Oh, you watched a few videos that were repeats. What did you? What got repeated? The pros case of spending loads of time on logarithms. Well, I would learn logarithms. That would be fun. It will be fun, but and I still will, because I want to get through all the well, I want to get through a decent fraction of the logarithms exercises. But yeah. The 3D movies, that one was so good. That one was so good. I hope that one wins. I think that one, I mean, probably it can't win because you probably can't have like a 12-year-old on the 3 Blue 1 Brown channel. If that's, sorry for, if that's not how old you were. However, I can't remember the name of the person now. My lighting is getting worse. Okay, I'm going to sort out my lighting. Or am I? Oh my gosh, everything's going wrong. All right. I'm sorting it out. I'm sorting it out. Everything's getting sorted out. Yeah, so good. I was super happy. I was very, very touched by that video. How's the rest of the project gone in Stucky? Those of you who are not aware, in Stucky's running a project in which people review videos for the 3 Blue 1 Brown Summer of Math Exposition project. So in Stucky's not 3 Blue 1 Brown, but in Stucky's like the 3 Blue 1 Brown of like a review project within that. Do post the link to whatever people need to look at to find the right stream, by the way, in Stucky. The only day left on the schedule is Saturday, so not today. What's happening on Saturday? Who have we got? Who have we got on the list? YouTubers Day. Get those people out of here. YouTuber streamers. It's another world. JC practices organizing. We expect Leo lectures and math with Ming. Oh, cool. That'll be good. I saw Max around on one of the streams, and I wasn't going to derail. Wait, what am I doing? Z.A. Shaw, hello. Hello, Raiders. Hello, Z.A. Shaw. Hello. Oh, you're probably just outside of the ads. You're probably just outside of the ads. The pre-rolls. Regrettable still. Hello, Zed. It's going okay. It's going all right. We're changing track slightly. Not today. Today I've been muddling around with logarithms and not making very much progress. So I determined that Knuth is not going to teach me logarithms. So I need to spend some more time with logarithms elsewhere, but I also want to spend more time with Knuth. So I'm gonna get into some computer stuff, more computery stuff in the next stream. But it's regrettable because we're wrapping up the point of the video in which we start to wrap up, or the other way around, the inverse of that. So we can look at some cool diagrams. Look at that. Look at these guys. Yeah, so yeah. How was your stream, Zed? How'd it go? What were you up to today? Yeah, I made some improvements to it actually. By which I mean I made some changes at least. I've got a new stylus. I've got a proper tablet, and it's a bit more responsive. And I'm working on some new features. Maybe other people will get to draw at some point. So be excited for that. You're fixing up the code from Learn OpenGL to make it easier to deal with. Oh, you have a Learn OpenGL website. That's cool. That's cool. Are you an OpenGL head? Do you know stuff about OpenGL? I think 3D stuff is so cool. I think when I've learned all the maths I need to know to understand 3D, I'll just do that always. Oh, it's not your site. Just one that people keep recommending. It's very meh. Okay. Okay. All right. Nobody go and learn anything from that site, or watch said streams instead. I should do that thing. Ah, so exciting. I should do that thing if I can remember how to use my keyboard. Yeah. Here we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. I'm typing. Oh, I got it wrong. Okay. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yeah, yeah. I've got a new keyboard. It's so bad. Yeah. There we go. First try. First try. Yeah, got it. Did I also switch to Colmac? No. I switched to a split keyboard. I may as well start talking about my keyboard again. Regular viewers of the chat will be sick of this. I've got, okay, I need to not unplug this because it's going to get way upset at me if I unplug it halfway through using it. I've got one of these, you know. Ignore the key. Let me turn off the keying, then you can see it properly. You can see it in all of its glory. Okay, no, wait. Wait, nobody look at this. Nobody look at this. Okay. Wait, no. There we go. Whoa, whoa, so cool. Look at all the keys there are. I got the Moonlander, yeah. Yeah, this is why I type so terribly. Anyway, there's two halves, obviously. Hello, Yifweed. What a username. Nobody explain what any of those words mean. Yeah, I've got the Moonlander. The Moonlander is a great way to waste your life typing slowly. But it is fun. Happy Nora, you don't know what those words mean. I'm sorry. Nobody tell Happy Nora what those words mean. Nobody explain that. I don't even know. I only know because I have a misspent youth. And it's not what you're thinking. But there's some things you can't get away from. No. Yif didn't tell you. Yif probably told you like a fake version so you'd never find out. Isn't that right, Yev? What makes it so slow? Well, my fingers being bad at typing on it mainly. It's so obviously it's split. I'm not used to a split keyboard. All the keys are in different places. You can't like reproduce, say, a normal layout with it because it's not got the right width exactly. So it's like I've got to relearn to type. And I was a pretty fast typer. I still am a pretty fast typer, but I wasn't like I was a fast typer, but not fast-ish typer. I wasn't like mega fast, but I was a fast-ish typer when it came to typing, but not when it came to like I didn't have all my fingers on the home row and stuff. So I don't have like a solid foundation for switching to a new keyboard. So, and also I put all the symbols on one side of the one hand for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Because you can change where the keys go. The B key, yeah. Oh, it's so because it splits. It decides obviously where it splits, right? So, like, yeah, I'm just about used to where B is now, an N. And it's also ortholinear, they say. So like, you see how if you look at your sorry, I grazed the microphone. If you look at, let me stop having it upside down. If you look at your keyboard, okay, that's annoying. If you look at your keyboard, assuming you don't have an ortholinear keyboard, you'll notice the keys are all offset, right? They're not in like lines like this. Whereas this keyboard is. It's a good idea, right? It's like cool idea, but it's not what 26 years of my life have taught me to do. Like in theory, it makes sense because like your fingers, they go up and down mostly, right? So kind of makes sense for the keys to be up and down. A lot of things make sense in theory. Anyway, I've been persisting today to get better at it, and I'm a bit better at it. I just have to persist a lot more. The orange thing, that's some sort of like mega key. This is the key that blows up my computer. You get to decide what it does. You can map it. What does mine do? Oh, so this, okay, so this is escape, but if you hold it down, it gives you the arrow keys here, Vim style. But if you just press it once, it just escapes. But this gives you the arrow keys. And then if you press, wait, what else can I press? I can press this. I don't know what that does. I forgot what that does. And then you can press this and nothing else happens. Yeah, escaping the thumb cluster is nice, apart from I keep wanting to press it where it actually is supposed to be. In theory, it's nice. I'm getting used to it gradually, escape being there. Yeah, it's kind of handy. That it's not really arrow keys. There's not really a space for arrow keys on the keyboard, and I'm like a real arrow key head. So I'm having to learn Vim arrows. And I've just about learned them now. You got a backspace on yours. Oh, do you have a Moonlander as well, Howling AF? You got like a proper backspace. Oh, backspace on your red key. That's cool. Yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff on mine. The thing I'm really missing is Kinesis. Oh, nice name. The thing I'm really missing, you know what I'm really missing? I'm missing, let me see if I can draw it. That's not right. No, that's not right. I think it might be that actually. Yeah, I'm missing this key. Americans won't understand what this is, I assume. But in the UK, we have a key just for this symbol. Can you believe it? A symbol I have never, yeah, you've got it, Happy Nora, you got it, yeah. A symbol that I have never seen anyone, even once in my life, actually use to type this symbol. And yet, Dr. Apple, whoever it was, decided, UK keyboard? Yeah, you're going to need this. You're going to need this symbol right in prime position to the left of the one. That's what you need. So I'm missing that because I bound that to everything. I made this a special key because it's like a key that nobody ever uses, so it's great for binding things to. But now I don't have it. But ironically, I do have a key in that place, and I don't have it bound to anything, so I probably could use it. It's not on your keyboard. That's sad. Yeah, it might only be Mac keyboards actually, Mac UK keyboards. Yeah. So we've got that key. We've got that key coming out our ears. I thought I'd leave my keying off because I thought you might want to see how frizzy my hair is. I need to get it cut. Anyone got any haircut advice? Somebody left. I don't usually do this. It's very bad content creator etiquette to do this. Because usually if somebody leaves like a, so here's the if you're a budding creator, right, or maybe you just deal with this situation sometimes. Sometimes people will be mean to you, and I have like the people are mean to you in surprisingly clever ways. Like they have all kinds of things that they do. And sometimes when they're mean to you, they have one of the strategies they use. Oh, and one of the things you're supposed to do, by the way, is if people are mean to you, you have to not react. It's like the opposite of real life. If you don't react in real life, it doesn't really work. But on the internet, you have to like not react. That's the golden rule. It's like Star Trek. The golden rule is you don't react. But sometimes they're very funny. Anyway, so sometimes they have a strategy where they say something which is like on the boundary between like nice or like okay and like not nice. And you're like, what they're tempting you to do is to be like, well, maybe they didn't mean it like that, and then take their not nice thing and it's sort of like maybe they, you know, you put it in the not nice, maybe okay category, and then they kind of build from that point on, or they sort of like needle away at you in that way. Anyway, so somebody left a comment about my hair on the last video or a recent video, and was like, said something like, nice fringe, do you have a massive forehead like me? And I was like, My forehead's okay actually, but it made me laugh. I thought that was a pretty good effort. I'm giving that one a B+. B+ troll. Hopefully whoever it is didn't watch this far in the video, because that would be very bad etiquette to encourage them, but there you go. But anyway, I need to get my hair cut because my hair's getting a bit long, but look how much atmosphere there is. Terrible. Okay, so yeah, let's look at something else. Yeah, nice fringe. What are you trying to hide from? That is true. The fringe is the ultimate. It speaks of someone who desires to conceal rather than to reveal, right? The fringe is the haircut of a. It's a dubious haircut. It's a good point. What am I hiding under here? It's a tattoo that says poor impulse control. Anyone get the reference? Look at this. Look at what is he doing here? I think it's something like something like that happens in Snow Crash. Snow Crash, pretty fun book. I would recommend reading Snow Crash. Not heavily, but I'd recommend it. It's pretty good. It's it's a fun read or listen if you like to listen to audiobooks, as I do. Neo and Eno, yeah, that is true actually. I do have very near to me a Brian Eno. Just reverse this in your mind. Would anyone like a reading? Neuromancer is hard work. It's good. I found it very hard work actually, Neuromancer. I think it's amazing, but I found it tough. A tough read. It's quite tough to get into. The ambient stuff or the early pop stuff? Kind of both, kind of neither. Brian Eno, people who are Gen X will know this already because it was a bigger deal back then. I need to get this off my face. Okay. But Brian Eno and Peter Schmidt made Music for Airports pretty good. Made okay, I need some audio back. Here we go. They made something called Oblique Strategies, which you may have heard of anyway. Okay, it needs to be face level or it won't focus. Just imagine this reversed. And it's a deck of cards. And you're supposed to use them, I think, to unblock yourself creatively. But you can also use them to predict the future, if you like. Would anyone like a reading? Would anyone like to get their oblique strategy? I'm going to anyone who asks in the chat, who says, me please, I'll pick one out for you. It's just like TikTok. It's just like all of those fortune telling channels on TikTok. We can do that. Okay, Howling. This one's for you. I'm gonna pick it out of this big deck. It's this one. Okay. It says, you don't have to be ashamed of using your own ideas. I should flip myself actually. Let me flip myself. That's for you, Howling. You don't have to be ashamed of using your own ideas. Okay, this is going to be difficult for everyone, especially me, because I really don't like this, but I'm going to do it for the purposes of improving the stream. Oh, the pain. Oh, it's horrible. Who is this? Mirror World K. Okay, all right, who's next? Okay, and Stucky, you're getting an Eno now. This is your Eno. Eno's coming. Okay, I'm gonna give you. Okay, I'm feeling this one. This one is it. Okay, and Stucky, it says, allow an easement. Okay, focus, you fuck. Allow an easement. An easement is the abandonment of a stricture. You need to allow an easement. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. That's for you and Stucky. Do a flip. I'm going to do it. I did a flip. I did a flip. Okay, anyone else? Is that you asking for one, Happy Nora? Does anyone get the focus you fuck reference? Does anyone know which widely enjoyed YouTuber that is from? Who says I should do a whole quiz. I'm like brain rotted with YouTube lore. Okay, Happy Nora, this one's coming for you. This one I'm gonna feel the Happy Nora card come to me. Okay, it's deep in the back. It's I think it's actually going to be. I'm actually really tempted by two. I'm going to give you two, Happy Nora. One of them is the very bottom one. I'm going to read that one second. And then this is the one that is the first one. Okay, what does it say? What is this? Is this upside down? Focus, you fuck. Come on. Oh, no, it is upside down. Okay. Is it finished? That's your first one, Happy Nora. Okay, and this is the second one, which I'm going to try and get the right way out. State the problem in words as clearly as possible. It's good advice. Good advice for me as well. Okay, Carlo, you're going to get a card soon. But it's not an ENO original saying. Nobody knows. Nobody knows who it's from. It's from a very filthy mouthed individual. You're probably too innocent to be watching this type of YouTuber. This YouTuber swears a lot. Okay, Carlo, this one's coming for you. I changed my mind at the last minute there. Okay. Use filters, Carlo. Use filters. Keep that in mind. I should really be in the just chatting category at this point. I've never been in the just chatting category. Shall I join just to see what it's like? I've literally never done it. I always feel like just chatting is a little bit fake, you know? I'm going to do it. I'm changing the category. Apparently I have 0 viewers right now. That seems like quite surprising considering how many people are in the chat. Okay, stream manager. Stream manager's broken. Stream can't be managed. That sounds about right, huh? Whoa. Okay, it's really... okay, the stream manager is not doing well. Rixius, you can definitely have one. Wow, the stream manager is messed up. Oh my gosh. Wow, okay. We're not changing category today. The stream manager is broken. Everybody, the stream is unmanageable. Twitch can't stop anything I do. Okay, Rixius, this is coming for you. This is yours. This one actually peaked out. Okay. Focus, 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 focus. Come on. Don't be afraid of things because they're easy to do. That's yours, Rixius. Don't be afraid of things because they're easy to do. That's good advice too. All your messages are failing to send? Kip. I need to get the right number of eyes. Wow, is everything really breaking? This is so exciting. I'm actually like, this is the most excited I've been on stream in a while. Anything could happen now. Maybe the agents are going to run wild. Something strange is happening. Anything could be happening now. Wait 1 second. Okay. Very strange things are occurring now. What else? What other knickknacks have I got? Is anyone still here? Are we still alive? I've got this cat. Focus on the cat, please. Maybe I can do this. Oh my gosh, it actually works. That's why everyone does that. Wow, that really works. Yeah, I've got this cat. This cat I've had for probably 20 years. Probably 20 years. And I've got this penny as well. Let me put it better. One thought penny. Penny for your thoughts type thing. Okay, does anyone else want a card before I put them away? Oh no, I've put them all in the wrong order. Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with this. You have to deal with this later. Don't you hate it when the cards end up differently oriented? Hate differently oriented cards. Maybe Twitch has died. Not that I'm needy, everyone. In case you are here. Don't think that I'm needy just because I'm wondering if anyone's still here. Maybe you're all here, but you can't say anything. Oh, you can still hear me. Thank you, Fembox fan. Well, we should probably wrap it up anyway. I'm sticking around because I want to see what's going to happen with Twitch. Is Twitch back online? Is Twitch online? Is the stream manager managing? The stream manager is still not managing. Oh no, here it is. It's coming back. Oh no, it's gone away again. Okay, it's not very exciting. All right. So the plan for next stream is we're going to do some programming stuff, or we're going to do some proofs. I think we'll do a mix. We'll do some programming stuff, and we'll do after that we'll do some proofs. Yeah, we'll do some actual programming. I just read Rixie. I just read your message out loud instead of saying what I was going to say. The human brain is a wondrous thing. Next stream, the plan is I'm going to do some programming. I have to do my quarterly programming stream in order to earn my spot in the software development category. Otherwise, they'll kick me out and they'll replace me with Soding. They'll be like, Soding, we're going to need you to pick up a few streams now because Kay's gone off. Kay's doing too much maths and won't do enough programming, and Soding will have to build another incredibly elaborate systems engineering project to fantastic acclaim, and we don't want that. So I'm gonna do some programming. I think I'm gonna calculate logarithms. Yeah, I'm going to do a logarithm calculator, and we're going to do it in this interface. Then we're going to prove some stuff. We're going to prove the stuff which I got close to proving today. That's what's going to happen next stream. And then after that, we're going to have a bit of a schedule. Oh, it's coming back alive. We're going to have a bit of a schedule. And the schedule is going to involve some maths. It's all going to be Knuth. It's 100% Knuth. Well, let's say 80% Knuth. And it's going to be sometimes it'll be math and it'll be proper math. And sometimes it'll be the math parts of Knuth's books, and sometimes it'll be the programming parts of Knuth's books. And we'll kind of cross-fertilize. Not like that, but we'll cross-fertilize. Is Yiffweed still? We'll cross-fertilize. And I'm still flipped. I should flip back. Give me a second. Is everyone done asking for cards? Can I flip back? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna alternate, and we're gonna be doing more programming, but also more maths. And I might try and get maybe a double schedule in. Maybe I'd put in the second day a week. I would kind of like to do that. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's the plan. And I'm also just saying, I'm going to learn lean as well. I'm going to learn to prove things with tools, provers. I'm going to learn that too, because I've got all this alleged programming skill, and yet I come on here every week and I don't use it. It would be good to be able to combine those things at some point. So that's the plan. That's my scheme. So if you're wondering what my scheme is, then that's it. Now, so many plans, so little time. We're going to make time. You're going to have to make a lot more time for me, Happy Noro. I'm gonna have you joining at least 10 streams a week. Dub scheme. Thank you, Carlo. Appreciate that. Thank you for joining, Femvox fan. Great to have you here. Now, okay, wait. I can actually do it. Wait, I can do it. I can do the thing. Wait, no, okay. I thought I could pop out the raid browser, but it's just imploded. It's just broken. Okay, let's see if we can at least. Okay, the raids aren't loading at all. Okay, this is going to be a challenge. It's going to be S Destroyer. Hello. Is this your first message today? I think so. Okay, Twitch is messed up. Twitch is messed up. Real bad. I'm gonna accidentally like clip myself or something. Okay, here's what I'm doing. I'm loading up Twitch in my web browser. This is where it's happening. And we've got only a small amount of. Okay, Twitch is not loading any channels. Okay, great. Okay. Oh, I knew this was going to be a rough stream today. Anyone been following the new Witcher release? I finished the Witcher books. I finished all of the Witcher books prior to the release of the game. Today, which means I'm ready for my Witcher playthrough. Not on stream, but I'm ready to witch. I'm ready to witch. Everyone. Okay, does anyone know anyone who happens to be streaming right now? Because I can't load anything. Nothing is loading. Wait, okay. We're picking the first one I can see. Oh, it's me. We're picking. Okay, I've got a screen. I've got a screen. I am a bit into CD Projekt Red games. Okay, we're raiding. Here's what we're doing. We're doing it. Okay, now I need to just type before my browser. This is the ultimate challenge. Before my browser breaks, I'm gonna have to type in sufficient to raid. Oh, GTA 6, that's probably it. Don't raid me, Happy. Stop raiding. Everybody stop raiding. Okay, we're doing it. Okay, we're doing it. It's happening. Will it work? Nothing happened. A raid may be happening. Oh wait, it's happening. It's coming. It's happening. Okay, cool to hang out, everyone. Thanks for joining. I see a scroll bar, but I don't know what's going to happen. Okay. Have any raids happened? Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. Okay, I don't see the button to commence. Is anyone still here? Gosh. Oh no, it's not working. It's not working. It's not working. Oh my gosh. Wait, no, I have to join my own. I'm going to join my own stream. I'm going to join my own stream. Yeah, we're joining. I'm joining my stream. Wait, what's my address? Somebody tell me where I'm streaming. Okay, all right. Okay, here we are. Okay, so if I'm streaming, fail to determine content classification. Okay, fine. I'm watching me with all of you right now. Okay, it's happening. It's happening. I'm sending the message. Oh my gosh. This is so annoying. Stop talking, Kay. I can't even... Okay, we might have to just give up. I might have to just stop streaming. Okay. If I just mindlessly click this dialog box... I can collaborate with myself. That's the thing I'm allowed to do. Okay, all right. Here we go. Okay, I think this might work. Okay, it's okay. Okay, no, it's not working. It's broken. It's broken, everyone. Okay, well, imagine that it's just going to have to be an imaginary raid. I was going to raid, my arena because it's raining. But please go there. If anyone's hearing me, but I can't do anything. Can't do anything to make that happen. So have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye. Bye, raid. Bye. Later.